Good morning. Welcome to Change Pace Poetry, number 23. I'm Leland Jamieson. I'm going to read to you this morning 3 poems from 21st Century Bread. The first of these is about a banyan, or more exactly, about a boy and a banyan. A banyan is a tree. The banyan tree grows to great height and has great overarching limbs, and it puts down what are called air roots. The limbs drop these little filaments and they go into the ground and they grow and send nourishment up to the limb, and they become as big as small tree trunks themselves. A banyan tree is a great place to play when you're a child. I was 6 years old on the occasion that gave rise to this poem, and the woe that is referred to in the last line is my sorrow over the death of my father the summer before, which took a long time to get over. So here it is, the banyan. This took place in Coconut Grove, Florida, and it's in memory of my father. When I was 6, I loved the banyan tree. I'd shinny up and down its thick air roots in summer shorts and never skin my knee. Its deep shade drew in other kids, recruits. Lots of times I had playmates. We would race to see who'd reach a limb or ground the first. Alone, I'd climb its limbs to outer space, and deep in dappled daydreams be immersed. Iranian peddlers named the banyan tree for trade that they exchanged beneath its shade. They steeped its bark and leaves to make a tea they drank for health, to spare the barber's blade. I'd not known this back then, but even so, its leaves and limbs helped soothe my secret woe. Now, the next poem is about eating and fishing. It's called Beneath the Ghee. And the title serves as a constituting metaphor. You'll discover what that is at the end of the poem. Beneath the Ghee. Though I'm no fisherman from boat or pier, surf casting once held some appeal for me, especially when the blues were running near the shore and taking bait and hook to sea. The slack line hit, gone taut, and running out, I know. The surfcaster beneath its spell, who gently tires the fish on line that's stout, sets hook and reels his catch in, earns it well. The baited hook's the rub I can't surmount as long as my own stomach still is full. Gray feelings of deceit on my account, and empathy for a fish that fights my pull. Alaskan salmon, oddly, canned at sea, I sit without a thought to eat, although, despite cuisine that's laced with garlic ghee, I sense some shifting sand beneath each toe. And the third poem is called Baking Bread and Other Subtleties. It's a little bit about baking bread and mostly about other subtleties. Some might call metaphysical subtleties. They certainly relate to consciousness and perception. I'd also tell you that there's a word here you might not be familiar with, pseudoped. That means a false foot. A pseudoped is a portion of the wall cell of an amoeba. An amoeba is a single cell creature, and it has no feet. It moves by poking its cell wall out and crawling over the surface that it is on, looking for food and otherwise experiencing its environment. So pseudopod is going to serve in this poem as a metaphor. Baking bread and other subtleties. Have you, when gazed at from behind, not reeled to see what gazers laid a pseudopod of sight on your neck hairs from far afield? We've felt these gentle pseudopods, aha'd them, then pooh-poohed them as exceptions to all common sense. Why have we hemmed and hawed? Why narrow sight? Why discard pods from view? If seeing is believing, makes good sense in every case, how is it we construe without a doubt the oven's evidence of loaves of browning bread quite out of sight? Who would expect to see bread's savory sense? So those are the poems for this morning. I would remind you that you're welcome to tune in to my website, jamiesonpoetry.com. You'll find there an exercise, an opportunity to take advantage of a new tutorial called Writing Short Rhyming Poems with Metaphors. Plus, you'll find there also an archive of all the Change Pace Poetry videos excuse me, with printed texts, so that if my diction is not congenial to your ears, you'll be able to see what's written, and that often is a help, because it's hard to catch words on the fly, since all of us all across America have somewhat different speech accents. And so, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the website and have a super fine day. Thank you.